G'day, YouTube. Got a new guitar for you. What is it? What is it? What is it? You can see it's an ML. How's this? Dean ML WarBird. How fucking cool is that? Alright, so yeah. I saw this guitar advertised online at a pawn shop called Cash Converters, where I live, Port Kennedy. And yeah, I saw it online and it was only advertised for $799 Australian. And I went in there, had a bit of a thrash on it. And I thought, maybe I can get them to drop it to 700. So I said, you know, I'll give you $700. And they dropped it to $700. I don't know why it's so cheap. The average ML that I've seen at guitar shops is like $15.99 Australian. And you know, second hand $12.99 Australian. Got this for $700. It is a bit of an older ML model though. According to the serial number, it's from July 2007. So it's been out for a while, but I've never heard of it before until I saw it advertised online at the pawn shop. So it's not necessarily a dime bag model or inspired guitar. It's a 79 ML, but just with WarBird graphics, you know, like the old warplanes. And I fucking love it. Upon inspection at the pawn shop, I had a good look at this thing. It was like, holy shit, man. Not even a ding. Not even a scratch. The person that owned this, before hocking it, really took care of it. It even came in a case. So after a minor adjustment, you know, to lower the intonation a little bit, minor setup, it plays just as good as any other ML that I've got. And those fuckers were brand new. Alright, so the specs that I found online, I can't find that much information about this guitar online except for old sales ads from like 14 years ago that go over some of the specs. And yeah, from what I know, mahogany body, as usual, mahogany neck, as usual, set neck.
Voiceover, forgot to mention, it's a Rosewood fingerboard.
With this one, it says licensed Floyd Rose. So I don't think, yeah, it's not one of those specials or 1,000 licensed Floyd Roses. It's, I don't know, it just says licensed under Floyd Rose, but I don't think it's a 1,000 or a special. I did give this thing a good setup and thrashed the hell out of it. You know, whammies and squealies all over the place, and no major tuning issues, so it does the job pretty well. The humbuckers, I can't find much information about this at all. It just says Dean, I need glasses I think, 2 Dean covered humbuckers. That's all I can find. Okay, Dean covered humbuckers. What model? Who knows? But it does sound pretty high gain, pretty high output. I'll even do a bit of a comparison video compared to a SH13 and see how it stacks up. The whammy bar actually is screwed in, you know, with the Floyd Rose thousands and specials. It's got like that little fucking nut on there. You got to tighten the nut and it always comes loose. This one, you just screw in the whammy bar and you're good. So I like this mechanism better actually. I've had Floyd Rose licensed tremolos before, especially on Jackson licensed Floyd Rose tremolos, and they were absolutely terrible, never kept tuned, no matter how well you set them up on the cheaper budget sort of Jacksons before. But I must say this is better. It does hold true very well. 22 frets as usual. Oh, Grover tuners as usual. What else can you say? Chrome hardware. I don't think this came with it originally. The last owner must have put it on there, but it's got like a little If you can see that, a little pick holder. So I've stuck a few picks in there. Oh yeah! And, covering the cereal, don't know if you can see that or not, this one's made in Korea, which potentially is supposed to be higher quality compared to the Chinese or Indian models. As always, let's give it a bit of a thrash. Alright. I'm not as fancy as many other YouTubers doing like highly edited clips, double tracking it and adding drums and bass and fuck that shit. I'm just going to give you the raw sound, mic'd up from the cabinet, of course. No fucking plugins and shit. Alright, now the question is, do these unknown Dean covered humbuckers sound as good as the SH13 official humbuckers? Let's test that. If you watched my previous video of the 79 Dean Tobacco Sunburst ML with those stock Dean humbuckers, what are they called? DMT? I think that's what it's called. They sounded every bit as good as the SH13, but a little bit brighter. So let's see how these stack up against the SH13. Not in tune, but I'll make up for it. Humbucker. damn good, eh? Bargain. Shut up, bird. What can I say? I haven't listened to the recording yet, but in the room, it sounds close. Maybe not as crunchy, maybe not as bright, but not far off. I mean, good enough for me to keep it stock. At this point, anyway, I think. Squealy time! It's not terrible. It's decent. It definitely stays in tune very, very well when I'm not whammying. When I do whammy a lot, the low E string goes a little bit out. Sometimes the high E string goes a little bit out too, but nothing terrible. That might be very easily fixed. If I feel like it, maybe I'll just replace the whole thing with a original Floyd. Or even a 1000. They're good enough for me. Check it out! A lot of people think these V headstocks are ridiculous. I fucking love them, man. Fuck you all. Not really, I love you all! Please thumbs up the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below. Have a good one. Happy Australia Day!